88.7 FM.
Your friend by your bedside.
Diamond FM.
The favorite.
Diamond 88.7 FM.
Great music all the time. Hit music only.
On Diamond 88.7 FM.
For the best of national, local, international news and sport, tune in to News Punch and Diamond 88.7 FM. News Punch, all about the news.
All right, good morning. It's 9 minutes gone past the hour of 9, and thanks for staying with us on Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. This is News Punch, a news and current affairs compilation of topical stories and headlines making the rounds. I am your host, Nedu Okorie. You are welcome. All right, here are the headlines trending in the news today. Tinubu will present 2024 budget to National Assembly in November, says Senator Adeola. Tinubu appoints 9 INEC resident electoral commissioners. Federal government to increase enrollment of doctors, nurses next academic year. 18 days, Bayelsa Kogi Imo polls, election materials not ready. Tribunal upholds Tambuwal's election as Sokoto South Senator. No plan to retire now, says Kumuyi. 18 escape death in Lagos-Ibadan Expressway auto crash. Enugu targets 690 megawatt, 20-hour power supply by 2030. Kwara Governor bags Lifetime Achievement Award on gender inclusion. Kwara NIPR lauds President Tinubu over appointment of members as NOA and Customs Service Chiefs Executives. Alleged organ theft. FCT police arrest 3 for culpable homicide. Mohbad's DJ says singer collapsed, started vomiting after he was injected. Moving over to the foreign scene. All right, moving over to the foreign scene. Senator Senegal Usman Sonko in intensive care unit. Israel-Hamas war. UN expresses concern as death toll hits 7,200. Israeli Prime Minister says everyone will have to give answers on Hamas attack. Iraq dig on Earth 2,700-year-old winged sculpture largely intact. And that's it on the foreign scene. Moving over to sports news. AFL, Wydad coach urges players to maintain ahead Eyimba clash. NNL postpones kickoff date for 2023-2024 season. Paris 2024 qualifier, Nigeria Super Falcons held by Ethiopia's Lucy. And wrapping up the headlines in the world of sports, Everton faced 12 points penalty for financial breaches. Yes, there you have it. The major headlines making the rounds today. It was compiled and edited by Joseph Meribe. My name is Nedu Okorie. For sponsorship or advert placement, kindly contact our sales and marketing office on 0912 929 4332. You can as well call 0812 828 6078. Up next is the Diamond Breakfast Show, where we discuss and have an in-depth analysis of some of the topical stories. And don't forget that you can follow us by logging on to any of Diamond FM online platforms on www.diamondfm.net. And keep up to date via our social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, as well as Instagram. Do stay tuned.
Want to know why we do what we do in serving you the best of broadcasting at Diamond 88.7 FM?
Because you're worth it. Because you're worth it. And you're worth it. You know you're worth it.
Yes, you're worth it. We'll go the whole mile for you. Diamond 88.7 FM. We've got you.
The major talking point in Nigeria are always on the lips of the citizens.
What's going on in this country? Look at smaller countries taking lead, and you call yourself giant of Africa. Yeah.
Nigeria don't spoil my business too much. Nigeria is too hard for us. I mean, I want to kill us. Father, not kill us for Nigeria. Oh, please, so help us beg them.
They should reduce their expenditure so that they can free enough money for social development.
I wish for a Nigeria where we elect a leader based on competency and not popularity.
On the Diamond Breakfast Show, we place the spotlight on the critical issues in the country.
Government that says they are broke can prioritize construction of an additional runway over education of the people.
How can a government, how can you hurt Indomine? This is intolerable. It's provocative.
Now, you see, when you look at our democratic journey, we are yet to practice genuine democratic system in Nigeria.
Join us on Mondays to Friday on the DBS from 9 to 10 a.m. The Diamond Breakfast Show, amplifying the voice of the people.
From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM in Ilorin, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
Right. Your pride for your country should not come after your country becomes great. Your country becomes great because of your pride in it. Yes, ponder on this thought-provoking quote from the international acclaimed organizational consultant and author Idowu Koyenika. On this note, I welcome you to the best morning show in the city of Ilorin, Diamond Breakfast Show, reaching you from the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. Thank you for joining us. All right, it's 9 minutes gone past the hour of 9. Wherever you might be listening from, good morning once again. It's a great privilege to be here and from this end of the airwaves. And Diamond Breakfast Show is a program where we unpack and dissect critical issues that cuts across the polity and the society in general. As they make it to the tabloid and the national dailies, we bring it to you hot and fresh. It reaches you every week from Mondays to Fridays, and you can catch me live on Tuesdays and on Thursdays. Do well to inform those who are not in Kwara State that they can listen online via our website. Yes, we're live on our website at www.diamondfm.net. You can also watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 887 FM, as well as on YouTube at Diamond FM Ilorin. My name is Nedu Okorie. My friends call me Odogu. Since you are my friend, you can call me Odogu. Yes, don't forget that your participation is very vital and important. Your thoughts and reactions to the issues that would be discussed goes a long way to contributing to the to righting the wrongs in this country, as well as fostering nation building. However, be precise. Go straight to the point while giving your opinion. You only have 1 minute to air your thoughts so as to allow others to speak. And also note that you shouldn't use foul languages or inciting words, and it is not permitted. Also refrain from attacking any personality or entity. If not, I would yank you off of air. Yes, thank you for your cooperation. Yes, the number to send your WhatsApp messages to be a part of the program is 0913-655-6864, 0913-655-6864. And this morning, we'll be discussing 3 salient topics. And we'll be looking at the political crisis in Ondo State. We'll be looking at the menace of bribery and corruption in the Nigerian police force. And finally, we'll be looking at the CBN Amendment Bill. My guest, whom I will be having conversation with, is already seated in the studio. My guest is Dr. Olaifa Adeseko. I hope I'm correct.
Adeseko, yes.
Adeseko, yes. Dr. Olaifa Adeseko Sunday is a senior lecturer at Al-Hikmah University, Ilorin. Dr. Sunday, good morning.
Very good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Yeah. All right. Yes. We'll be kicking off this morning with the looming crisis affecting the political space in Ondo State, and it has been on for a while now, and it calls for proper intervention before it gets out of hand. The absence of the governor, Mr. Rotimi Akeredolu, and the impeachment processes against his deputy, Mr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, this calls for concern. In the light of this, a human rights lawyer from Ondo State, Allen Showore, has beckoned on Mr. President through an open letter as a matter of urgency to intervene in the crisis that may likely occur in Ondo State so as to prevent a repetition of what happened in 1983. That's the 1983 post-election violence. Remember how it played out between Adekunle Ajasin and Akin Omoboriowo in 1983 in Ondo State, before and after the governorship election, which later led to a massive bloodshed. Meanwhile, the governor's spokesperson had accused critics of Akeredolu of spreading falsehood, stressing that the governor is still performing his duty within the confines of the constitution, even though he's away. Right now, I think he's in Ibadan as we speak. Well, without dwelling much on the bane of the current scenario, is this an issue that Mr. President needs to wade in on, or do you think the political figures involved should be mature enough to resolve any crisis between them? Let's start with that first.
Okay, well, thank you so much again for having me. The crisis in Ondo has been a recurring one in Ondo particularly. Okay. Apart from the incident you referred to in 1983, even the immediate past governor, Olusegun Memeko, had a tussle with his deputy too, Jayi Abiodun. And then even this governor in his first term was having a problem with his first
Agbola.
The deputy Agbola. I don't know why it's always occurring in Ondo where somebody, the governor and the deputy will always not find a level ground to have an agreement. But nevertheless, it has always been negative in terms of development. And I think the Ondo politicians should take it seriously. Though the party under Danguje, a former governor in Kano State, already waging into this case by forming a committee to look into how they can resolve the issue between the governor and the deputy. Unfortunately, Danguje is a victim of the same circumstances in Kano State, and he knows exactly what it means for governor and the deputy to always fight. So he decided to put up a committee headed by Mosari.
Mm-hmm.
The committee tried and they've not been able to resolve the issue. And if the issue lingers like that and it's already causing a division in the House of Assembly where the governor had to go for court, injunction to stop them from impeaching him and all that. Calling Tinubu to come on board is a good idea and a welcome one.
Okay.
Especially for the party, because most times when it happens in a party, it usually leads to the breakdown of that party. It has happened everywhere in Nigeria, in east, in west, in everywhere. Okorie has it, Ayo Fayose has the issue like that, Danguje, like I said the other time, even Yaguda has the issue like that. And each time it happens like that. Even with the president, Tinubu, it happened with Tinubu, Akerele, Bokno, and Tinubu and Pedro Femi. Anytime it happens like that, you see the deputy leaving the party for another party, and then the stronghold of the party will begin to get divided into two, and it's not good for the party. I think if the party structure cannot put themselves together, then we begin to ask the question: are they really going there to fight? Are they turning the political atmosphere to battleground, or they want to actually work and deliver development in the country? Let me quickly say this: that most times we need to find out what is the root cause of this struggle between governors and deputy. If they are actually fighting for something that will be of benefit to the entire citizenry, they will say yes. They can always disagree to agree, but it's always about who will succeed me or what post are we. Why I'm not happy about the appointment you are making and all that. So this is personal interest, and this personal interest should not succeed or supersede that of the national interest, and that's why the two giants involved should understand.
All right. Well, we just hope that they would understand and make sure that their personal interest does not supersede that of the people. Well, we'll continue with that conversation when we come back from this short break. We have to pay some bills, and when we return, we'll continue with more discussions. Do not go anywhere. You're still tuned in to Diamond 88.7 FM.
If you get the toothache, call for Basafin. Everybody say Basafin, Basafin. Fast pain reliever, Basafin, Basafin. Cold symptom, Basafin, Basafin. Basafin Ibuprofen for fast relief of pain, feverish condition, toothache, cold symptoms, headache, minor injuries such as sprain and strain. Pleasantly flavored for babies and children. Basafin, a product of Biomedical Limited.
Oh, which kind thing be this now?
Flo, why you dey disturb the whole compound? You come whole face like who never chop for 3 days.
Na this my Samsung phone wey dey give me problem. I no even know wetin I wan do again sef.
Samsung give you problem? You never hear of Samsung Service Center?
Samsung Service Center?
Yes, so Samsung Service Center go repair your Samsung phone plus all kind of Samsung products. Whether na Samsung mobile phone, tablets, smartwatch, earbud, TV, AC, fridge, Samsung refrigerator, even Samsung washing machine sef.
Hey, you don do. Abeg give me their phone number.
Their number na 0809 091 6734.
Come. Hope say their money no plenty o.
If your product still dey within the warranty period, dem go repair am for you free of charge. But if the warranty don pass, na chicken money you go pay. Dem still dey do installation for both home and offices. Just waka enter Samsung Service Center wey dey for Rukamat Plaza, number 1 Oro Road, adjacent Access Bank for Taiwoke for Ilorin. Florence, come, where you dey go?
Me, I dey carry my phone go Samsung Service Center because for
Samsung Service Center, your satisfaction na our priority.
My Kwara people, I say make I give una quick update o. More money POS don come o for everybody. Yes o, na for everybody. Our network dey lightning fast. E no dey hang at all. Swipe it, dip it, tap it, pay, no dulling. Operation Gala promo still dey till 31st October. Rush now for your terminal for shikini money. Yes, Orobo wey be Android POS na 12,000 naira. Leopard 2 wey be analog na 10,000 naira. Papa, mama, uncle, my sister, my guy, you dey dull yourself o. We get branches across Nigeria, but you fit visit our Ilorin office for number 3, upper floor, Leke Plaza, opposite Calvary Baptist Church, Gakambi, Ilorin. You fit call us on top 0913 866 7353. Make I call am again 0913 866 7353. More money, more money helping you grow.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
All right, welcome back from that commercial break. You're still listening to Diamond 88.7 FM, and this is still the Diamond Breakfast Show. And I have here with me Dr. Olaifa Sunday Adeseko. Well, we've been talking and discussing on the imminent political crisis in Ondo State, where the state governor, Mr. Rotimi Akeredolu, has been absent from office, and his deputy, Mr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, is facing impeachment proceedings by the state House of Assembly. Well, before we went on that commercial break, you talked about Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, the APC national chairman, wading in on this matter and calling for peace and setting up a committee to that effect. Now, do you believe, okay, what he called for was the specific rules for deputy governor, that is reshuffling the specific roles of deputy governor. Now, do you believe that the deputy governor's authority and duties should be reviewed by the Constitution? And to you, what are the solutions that can be preferred to this whole political crisis between governors and their deputies?
Well, I think the content of what the Constitution provides for the post of deputy governor is not ambiguous. It's not very straight. In the states where the governor is not available, whether by death or resignation or incapacitated in one way or the other by health issue, the deputy governor should come in. The word deputy means when he's not available, then the other person comes in, so that there will not be gap in governance. And it's straightforward. I don't think we have any issue with that. What we have as issue is that ambitious issues with the personality of who is the governor or that of who is the deputy. And this is everywhere, but at least people should learn that when they get to governance, the first priority should be that of the people and how to deliver. Like since Akeredolu has been out because of this health issue, there's always been issues between the House of Assembly of Ondo State and that of the deputy governor, Mr. Lucky, because of the fact the power tussle between them. And you know, constitutionally, Lucky is expected to come in and stand as the governor of the state. But the House of Assembly are actually accusing him that for the time he was standing in for Akeredolu, he has perpetrated some evils that they want to impeach him for. But I think with this long tussle between the two of them, I want to believe that the solution is for, if they don't want to lose the coming election, they have an election very close. Sure. And then the party structure should be that they should prevent the deputy governor from leaving that party to another party, because that has always been the usual case. When there's always tussle between the governor and the deputy, one party will leave for another party and then their vote will be divided. The election is coming. If they know what is good for the party and the party is serious about delivering to people, they should come into a round table, just like Okorie is asking for the president to come in and give them advice. What I prefer that the Tinubu should come into them is Tinubu understands the scenario of having to fight with deputy and then what comes out of it later, because till today Tinubu and Bokno Akerele, not Akeredolu this time, Akerele is still lingering on. The woman and Tinubu has not been together since the issue of 1999 to 2003, when they had issue as their deputy. And in fact, the second time of Tinubu too, he had issue with Femi Pedro, and Femi Pedro had to leave that party for another party to contest against the the person that was presented by Tinubu. So Tinubu should understand the evil behind having to fight your assistant, and then what it will call to party, and then the way it slows down the pace of development of the party, and how to roll out their manifesto. One of the problems of this governor and deputy governor fight is always the fact that most times the governors are not allowed to have a good say about who should be their deputy. And it's the party structure that sometimes will force the candidacy of the deputy governor on the governor. And when they get to power, then they begin to find a way of saying, when you are done, I'm the next to you and all that. And those personal interests used to slow them down, especially when it comes to delivery to people. So, and that's what they should afford. Otherwise, they're just going to be the normal and usual way of, you come in, we are not together, we fight, and then we go like that, and then people look at us.
All right.
On those states should be very careful about that because they have a very bad record when it comes to deputy and governor.
And governors. Well, based on the last point you just raised, according to critics' opinion, the governors, they are saying that the governor's inner circle seems to be deliberately fueling him against his deputy.
Yes.
Obviously, you are not in the state to actually decipher this.
Yes.
However, what do you make of this assertion?
Well, everybody has his personal interest. That's
Yes.
why I'm saying that the issue on ground is personal interest. Maybe those that are actually causing trouble between the two of them, on 2 occasions, there has been a misconception about what is happening between them. Personally, I don't think they are having that issue blown up as people and the media is having it, because I remember when he actually disbanded his media crew.
Yes.
And then people were talking about it, that that's a way to get back at him and all that. Mr. Lucky came on board to say no, that the governor has the right to do that, and he's not having issues with the governor, especially that has to do with the media. He's the one that has the statutory power to pick who works in the government house and all that. Then there was another occasion when people were also instigating that the governor and the deputy are fighting, and then the governor replied that, the governor himself replied that he doesn't have issue with Lucky, that after all he loved him as his son, he's closer to his wife and all that. I don't know whether those people surrounding them, because of their personal interests, they are already instigating that the governor should pick 2 likely successor of Lucky, especially if the move to impeach him in the House of Assembly goes through. So that those people pushing, it's likely that they have personal interest, especially somebody from their end, their candidacy are the one coming into the place, Lucky, and that's why they are pushing, like that. Everybody is fighting for their own interests, and that's exactly why it is very dangerous for our democracy.
Wow. Let us look at the leadership style of Okorie Dolu. First term, is governor defected to PDP. Now this time around, his deputy Agbola Ajayi defected to PDP.
Yeah.
Right now, Lucky, who seemed to be like his godson, even went ahead to color his beard just exactly like him.
Yes.
And shouldn't we doubt his leadership style?
Well, you can be right about him not being able to manage his deputies, especially when they have an exceptional skills, or probably they are standing on a very principle that he doesn't believe in.
Okay.
Agbola, for example, for one, gave an excuse that I want to believe, that is his personal opinion, that he is not happy about the way the governor is not spending the derivation of oil money into the larger area where the money is being generated. He was complaining that, for one, there was this particular loan that was taken by Okorie Dolu from the World Bank, and then it was meant to finance the supply of water to those areas that people are still going kilometers to find source of water in that area, and this is the area where they are producing oil, and the derivation should go directly to that place. He's claiming that that's the reason why he left the party for another party, but there are some other things that are not open to everybody.
Yes.
So if we say Okorie Dolu has a problem dealing with his deputy, we may be right, but another thing is that I want to believe he's just unlucky with his deputy, because exactly that was what happened to Tinubu during his second tenure. Tinubu had never had a deputy that they had a long time or probably good relationship together. They always having issues. So some people can be lucky, some can be very unlucky. There are some governors that are worse than Okorie Dolu, and they still were able to manage their deputies in their tenure.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Olaifa Adesoke. Please help me. Adeseko. Yes. Apologies about the mispronunciation. Adeseko Sunday. All right, you're still listening to the Diamond Breakfast Show, reaching you from the stables of Diamond 88.7 FM. This is the point where you react to this particular topic, and the phone line is open as we speak. It's 0913 655 6952, 0913 655 6952. You can also send your WhatsApp messages on 0913 655 6864. Well, let's move over before we take a short break. Let's touch it a little to the next topic. Let's proceed onto our next line of discussion, which focuses on the menace of bribery and corruption among the men of the Nigerian police force. Well, it just is quite unlucky that this is still being mentioned in our country, Well, the Public Relations Officer of Nigeria, of the Nigerian Police Force, has called on the officers who are in the business of extorting money as little as 100 naira on our highways from vulnerable motorists. He said this while reacting to a question that a Twitter user, it was actually a Twitter user that posed that question, and he just posed it lightly. Then Mr. What's his name again? The PRO replied him and said that they're actually looking into the issue. Imagine the question the guy raised. He said, is it for torchlight? Is it for uniform? Or for battery? Or for their rent? Or to complement their salary? And this is actually on, well, to me, I would call this Nigerian a patriotic and concerned Nigerian.
Yeah, it's just bothered.
Well, before we talk on that issue, let's take a short break, and when we come back, we'll pick calls and we'll also delve more into that. Do not go anywhere. You're still listening to the Diamond Breakfast Show.
Please listen to this announcement. Admission is currently ongoing at the Christ Tribe Theological College, Ilorin, into a 9-month certificate program in church planting. We offer biblical studies and soft skills to nurture successful church planting. Scholarship is available. Application forms are available at the college campus, Maximum Impact Center, beside Abib Filling Station, Kulende, Ilorin. Application fee is 5,000 naira. Program starts January 2024. Apply now. You can call 090-7378-7433 or 081-3372-1021. Announcer, Christ Tribe Theological College, Ilorin.
Oya lé dànù, orí fífọ́ lé dànù, ara ríro lé dànù, òtútù ibà lé dànù. For fast relief of cold pain, fever and headache. Ìdè kára ó lè kókó.
Ẹ sọ fún ẹ̀fọ́rí òtútù yìí bàtàrà ríro kí wọ́n kán lùgbò one time. Kára ó lè ti dé o. Àgbáwọlé ní tíṣẹ́ ni àkàwọlé ń tè kan. Koríko tẹ́lẹ̀ bá ti tẹ òtún gbérí mọ́. Dìde kára ó lè lúbúlúbú funfun pẹ̀ ìrúkù sarajọ mẹ́ra yágágá. Àjàká kò tí sọkọ fún ẹ̀fọ́rí òtútù yìí bàtàrà ríro lágọ̀ọ́ ara. Káì! Kàsàkàsà knockout. Agbára ju agbára lọ. Dìde kára ó lè jagunla bí olùgbòǹgbò gàjàtọ̀ ara jàtọ̀ kìtìlẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ́ ìlúra kẹgbà. To Yield Pharmaceutical Industries Limited. Àwọn tó lórúkọ tó ṣe é gbẹ́kẹ̀lé níbi kápò oògùn òyìnbó ló ṣe é. Bára rẹ̀ ò bá yá lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ mẹ́ta. Má ṣàfihàn o, kàn sí dókítà rẹ̀.
Any money where I get like this, any little change, now enjoyment.
See this, bros. No talk like that, oh. You need to think about your future, especially your health. Because as Abatan they come now for front, plenty cold and catarrh full everywhere. Malaria fit follow join. But if you are under a proper health insurance plan, when that time for sickness come, now just cool, you go to get treatment without headache for money. Just get on Quara Care. If you be a radio presenter like me, or you dey sell spare part, carry 6,000 naira, only 6,000 naira for everybody when they do handiwork for instant market there. Go meet them for Quara Care and you go get health insurance for 1 year. That means say you go any hospital under Quara Care and you go get good ogbonge treatment. Or if you want to get more information about wetin I just tell you just now, call this number 08001 001 and you can even go their office not too far. Now 27B Amado Bello Way for GRA here in Ilorin, Nigeria. My brother, no chop your future. Carry that money, go put inside health insurance plan. Quara Care, your key to affordable health care.
Praise God. Hallelujah. It's another time of impartation. The Council of Prophets of C&S Movement Church in Ilorin District invite all to our 2023 annual retreat with the theme Spiritual Growth to Higher Ground. Come, let us learn at the feet of our Master Jesus. Ministering at the program are Special Apostle Prophet Olayinka Adeniran, Council Supervising Prophet, Special Apostle Prophet Ogoshaki, Prophet Council Secretary. Come on the 27th of October 2023 at the English Chapel of CNS Movement Church, number 99 Muritala Muhammad Way in Loring. Time 10 a.m. proud. It's going to be a wonderful time in the presence of the Most High God. Host, Special Apostle Prophet D.S. Jolayemi. Announcer,
the sounds, the vibes, good talking, conversations. You can have it all on Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. Diamond 88.7 FM, we've got you.
Alright, welcome back from that commercial break. You're still tuned into Diamond 88.7 FM, and this is still the Diamond Breakfast Show, where we are discussing issues pertaining to the polity as well as the society in general. Yes, I'm still your host, Nedu. You can as well call me Odogu, and I have Dr. Olaifa Adeseko Sunday. Yes. Alright, we've been looking at the issues in Ondo State, and we've passed that. Now we're looking at the issue of bribery, extortion, and corruption among some men of the Nigerian police force. And at this point, you can also call into the studio to make your thoughts known on 0913-655-6952. Yes. Yes, just like I said before I went on that break, that the police public relations officer, Mr. Olumiwa Dejobi, he has decried the state at which officers of the men of the force are giving the force a bad name by extorting money as low as 100 naira from motorists, and a lot of people have been complaining about that. Now, doctor, according to observers, the welfare and underfunding of the police force were often regarded as will I say, the underlying factors of bribery and corruption in the police force. In any organization, the welfare and proper funding is a vital motivation to achieving success. In line with this, what is your take on all this that is going on? The welfare of police is very important, and if the welfare is not well taken care of by the government, they have no choice but to, extort or request.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not taking the PRO seriously, and I'm entitled to my opinion. I'm not taking the statement seriously because it's not also enough to say this is bad, this is not good, but it's more important to put process on ground that will ensure that the system is done. It's operated the way you want it to be done. Two things are very important. Number one is to ensure there are provisions for normal thing that the police would need for their operations. Then after that, there will be law on ground. If you fail to fulfill the normal duty, then the punishment is waiting for you. You cannot put that punishment if you don't put the provisions on ground. I give you a typical sambusa. There was a particular night that I met a group of patrol, as in just some people on the road that are police officers. Two of them happens to be my classmates back in secondary school, and they said I should give them money. And I was like, why? And they said, no, they are not asking me money because of the fact that I'm working at night. They are asking me money to fuel their car. That they have been here standing, they cannot leave this place until they buy fuel into that car at that time of the night. And I was wondering, is there no provision for fueling the cars of police officers that will patrol at night to safeguard the lives and property of the citizen? And then they said no. And I want the PRO to come up and say there's provision so that we can say, okay, they made that provision, those people under them are only lying. Provisions for ammunitions, provisions for basic things. They said they repair their car by themselves with the proceeds from the same road. And I want anybody, any the PRO of that of Kwara State, anywhere, to come and prove it on the radio program or anywhere that is wrong. Now, does that mean that the federal government is not making provision for this thing in their offices, or they are not the one dispersing it down to the grassroots people who are going to actually execute this work? So that's the question. Okay, when you get to every police station's office, you will see them writing boldly that bail is free. Am I not right?
True.
Just yesterday night, in Ilorin here, 20,000 was collected to bail a brother of mine who was just walking to watch Arsenal Man U match of yesterday. I mean, day before yesterday, Man U, Copenhagen, and then Arsenal, what this club that they played just on Tuesday night for Champions League. He was on his way back home and he was arrested. Now, despite the effort of the mother to get them released, before I got to the police station, they told me they will be released, but they have to pay 20,000 naira. In fact, they were charged 50,000 naira. I stand to be correct. They should come and prove this wrong. Wow. Why would they now still? You are saying people that will get on the road taking 100 naira they are not doing well. They are turning the name of police officers bad and all that. What are the police force and the administration, what are they doing to make sure a typical police officer will do his job without asking for 1 naira from the citizen to do that job? If they make those provisions on ground, they can now make a law that if you violate this rule, then you have a penalty. But until they do that, then we don't stand to blame the police officers.
So, in other words, you don't agree with what the police PRO is saying?
It's just the window dressing statements.
But addressing this issue, now you've mentioned the fact that proper funding needs to be put in place. Now, looking at the security architecture, in terms of training of personnel, training of staff, we've discovered that these recruits that are on the road have little to no, will I say, training when it comes to how to handle arms and ammunition and how to even to engage, proper rules of engagement when it comes to military and force operations. Most of them are not knowledgeable when it comes to the proper rules of engagement. Now let's look at the way forward.
Who is responsible for this? Is there no provision? Don't we have police commission? We have a commission that is established to look into police affairs in this country. The same way the militaries are trained, the same way the Air Force people are trained, the same way other parastatals that are military oriented are trained, and the same way the police should be trained. That's the same way provisions was made under the same Nigerian budget for that. But you see, go to Ikeja, go to all those police training colleges and see the quality of food they were giving, the quality of material they are exposed to, the quality of training they are exposed to. At the grassroots level, I stand to be corrected. Something is wrong. I am not saying they are corrupt. I don't want to say it on the radio, but let us set up a panel to look into how a police officer is being trained and the welfare of the police officers in Nigeria. Even those that are retired, are they being paid their pensions on time? The money, the allocations that are coming from the federal government to the police sector for the police officers that are junior, are the seniors making it available for them to use? These are the questions we should ask ourselves. Sir, you cannot clean your house if you are a father whose hand is not clean. And I'm able to say it, that those at the hierarchy of police need to do a lot if they want those down the cadre to really, make the reputation of the Nigerian police officer to be something of good nature. And the problem is actually there, not downstairs. You cannot, your Bible will say, Mukun or Eruewo, only Isalele. The meaning is that you cannot, wrong a particular structure from the this thing. You have to wrong it from where it should start. Okay, the foundation, if the foundation is faulty, it will not stand on anything. So we need to do overhauling of the Nigerian police system, even from training, recruitment process to training, to then deployment, and then to the administration of their welfare, and then to now see where we can put laws on ground that will regulate their behaviors and activities.
All right. Well, talking about overhauling, you mentioned overhauling. A lot of people have been prescribing autonomy of the Nigerian police force for a very long time. What are your thoughts concerning the autonomy?
I don't believe in the autonomy or the generalization of the police sector. Anything security should be national in outlook. If not, you will see one region using one thing against the other region, and it will be generalized. I still believe that as much as we can have some military operators, who knows the environment very well, operating within their region, just like we have Kwatma in Ilorin ensuring, sanity in terms of motor and all that. We have that of Lagos. We have all those ones can operate. But when it comes to, security of the whole country, a policeman who is an Hausa man should be able to be posted to Oyo State to work, so that he can get there and work as a neutral person. That's why we can have the national outlook of what the police is. I don't believe that, police should be given that autonomy, because there's always that aspect of misuse of power and misuse of opportunity by Nigerians. So there should be a clause, there should be something, saying no to this excessiveness.
Do you think tribalism and ethnicity has something to do with it?
If you give autonomy to Nigerian police, for example, one IG that is coming from Ijebu will come. Apology to the Ijebu. I don't mean to. Okay, let me use Ekiti because I'm also in one.
Okay.
An Ekiti man who is the IG may now begin to recruit only people from Ekiti, and he will now overcrowd that sector with people from his side. What do we say to that? So that's why Nigeria should have a national outlook, and I think in everything we should not try to give autonomy to one sector that we think abuse can come out of it, because when the abuse come, we will now be thinking of the solution again. I think it's the problem of the security activities in Nigeria is not because they are not autonomous. They have enough power to work already.
All right, thank you so much. All right, you're still listening to the Diamond Breakfast Show, reaching you from the stables of Diamond 88.7 FM, and our phone line seems to be buzzing. However, I don't know what is wrong with it, but you can still call to make your thoughts known concerning the issues we've discussed, the previous one and the current one we're discussing. And the number to call is 0913-655-6952, 0913-655-6952. If that one doesn't seem to go, you can also call 0913-655-6864. Well, I have a message here on WhatsApp. It says, good morning. The crisis between governors and deputies will continue in Nigeria because of their selfish and greedy interest. They don't have the interest of masses at heart. Look at how people are groaning in pain because of subsidy. They don't care. Just like the senators and honorable members who want to spend billions on luxury cars. Just imagine what is happening to ordinary people in Nigeria. They don't have people's interest at heart. Simple. This is coming from Bashir from airport. Well, let's take calls. Hello, good morning. Okay, please do call us back. Hello, good morning. Please, it seems the phone line is jamming. All right. All right, finally on the program, let's look at another topic. We'll be looking at the CBN bill. The Senate yesterday considered two bills that is seeking to ban governors and their deputies from participating in politics. Hello, good morning. Hello. All right. As I was saying, the Senate yesterday considered two bills seeking to ban governors and their deputy governors of Central Bank, from participating in politics, and two similar bills sponsored by the lawmaker representing Kogi West Senatorial District, Sunday Karimi, and the lawmaker representing Abia Central Senatorial District, Darlington Wokocha, has been passed, and it has passed second reading during plenary yesterday. Well, Doctor, how would you react to this?
Let me ask you this question.
Yes, please.
Why exactly governor of CBN and deputy governor? Why the two of them? The bill should be extended, for God's sake. Anybody occupying sensitive political office should not come on board and say he want to contest. No, he has the right. The constitution is protecting everybody's right. If you want to contest, it's a simple thing. Resign, leave the post, and go and contest. You can't do two things together. You can't have your cake and eat it. If you want to contest, then resign. It's as simple as that. It's insulting, in fact, against moral ethics for somebody who is holding a sensitive post like the governor of Central Bank to now say you want to contest. Then we ask questions. The money you are using to buy the form, where is it coming from? You can't convince me that money is from your pocket. When you are in the custody of the money for the whole country, the giant of Africa, the biggest economy in the world, in the black race, you can't convince me that way. In fact, there was a time this man that was emir of Kano State, former CBN governor, Sanusi Lamido, attended a particular function and then donated 20 million naira. I was furious. I was in Kano that time. I was like, what? I'm not saying he doesn't have right to give money. He has the 20 million, but judging by this caliber. But the truth is that he is occupying a sensitive position of this governor of Central Bank. You cannot publicly declare how much you are giving because people will read ministries.
Apologies, let's pick this call.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Yes, please. What's your name?
My name is Daniel, calling from Taiwan.
All right, Mr. Daniel, go ahead with your contribution.
So I want to talk about the issue of police taking bribe.
All right.
So the program you raised up this morning is very, very good. You see, just the other day here in Ilorin, they use police people, no uniform. They use a jeep. They didn't use police car. They use a Highlander jeep, tinted. They just come in front of where we are standing, started pushing one boy into the vehicle. And the boy was resisting arrest. He shouted on the people gathered. What happened? What is the offense of this boy? They say they found iPhone on him. He did a crime to own iPhone. Before you know, the boy said he's walking around. He pointed at the shop where he's working. They have to follow the boy to the shop. At the end of the day, they ended up extorting money from there. But you know, they didn't find any fault on the guy. So they operate with the non-registered vehicle. So one can even say them as armed robbers. It's not professional at all.
They use Korokwe now. They use Kekena Pep now.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Daniel, for your contribution.
My brother that was arrested yesterday was arrested via Kekena Pep. So how will he identify that these people are police officers? And that was exactly what they accused him of, that he was resisting arrest. The man used the exact word, extorting. That's it.
Well, let's not deviate. Let's come back to the topic.
Okay.
All right. We're talking about the
central bank issue.
Exactly. You mentioned that some other key posts.
You can't be IG.
Yes.
And then you say you want to contest. You can't be the chairman of a Nigerian minting and printing company and say you want to contest. You can't be don't own sensitive posts and say you want to contest. If you want to contest, just honorably resign. And then when you resign, people will know that then you are now ready to serve people, the people, your people. But when you are holding on to the post and yet you still have one leg in and one leg out, that was what Emefiele did the other time. People were calling for his resignation. Unfortunately, the president was looking at him. He didn't sack him. He left him. The guy served throughout the tenure of President Muhammad Buhari, which is very unfortunate. You can't do that in advanced country.
Well, talking about Godwin Emefiele, at that plenary, Senator Adams Oshiomhole opposed that bill. His argument was that the case of the immediate past governor of CBN, Godwin Emefiele, which was the case of reference, was a consequence of absence of governance and the will to enforce the extant laws that were available. What do you see to that opposition?
But if he's right, then why will he now say he's opposing the bill? If there was no government that time and there's government now and laws to express the law, so why is he going against it? We can't continue to do wrong thing. The fact that we are wrong sometimes does not mean we cannot right the wrong at any point in time. Just like I said, I was expecting the machinery of government to come in place that time. The fund was 25 million naira, if I'm not mistaken. 25 million naira can do a borehole in a rural area and supply water to the entire community. That's what we're saying. So if a public service holder can gulf out 25 million naira to buy a form that is not even sure whether it's going to be there or not, that's what I'm saying. That's why our politics have to be defined. I can't buy a 25 million naira form, lose, and will not find a way of getting the money back. I am in the custodian of the same money. There's no way there will not be manipulations to retrieve the money back, to get the money back into my pocket. That's what we are saying. Common sense demands or dictates that anybody holding sensitive posts should not come out to say you want to contest in government office. If you want to exert your rights, as a citizen of this country, you have the right to be voted for, you have the right to vote, then resign honorably so that you can come on board and then take up a political office.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Sunday Olaifa Adeseko. Well, talking about other important posts that these two senators raised, we have the Auditor General of the Federation position, the chairman of the FIRS, that's Federal Inland Revenue Service.
These are the generating office.
They mentioned some other services that are related with the CBN, and it's quite important. Well, we are still expecting
Actually, they mentioned that those people holding those posts should be included into a committee that will be actually regulating the activities of the CBN. That is okay.
Okay.
We need more regulatory body, in this country to at least put a no or yes approval on the activities and what they do, and that is a welcome development.
All right, thank you so much. And the Deputy Senate President Jibrin Barrow, therefore, he gave the Senate Committee on Banking and Finance 2 weeks to report back on the CBN Amendment Bill, and we hope that they will do right by that bill. Well, let's take just 2 reactions before we round off on the show. This one is coming from Temitope from Ilorin. It says the major problem affecting the settings and operation of the Nigerian police and other security agencies in Nigeria is corruption and nepotism. In my own view, the police force PRO is only doing what is known as damage control. Wow. This one says, good morning. This is Tony from Asadam. I'm suggesting that Nigeria as a country should start using dollar as our legal tender, since over 70% of the transaction that move in Nigeria are made in dollar. There's nothing wrong with this. Well, this it's not quite related to what we're discussing. Well, thank you for your thoughts, Tony from Asadam. Well, at this point, I think we should call it a day.
So, excuse me, imagine a day when somebody was saying that a new DPO has been posted to a particular area in Ilorin.
Yes.
And then police were so many on the road. And I was asking, why do we have so police all around? Is it that the president is coming to the country? No, they say no, a new sheriff is around. So what's the meaning of that? It means they must generate something to feel. I don't know. This country has a problem.
Are you sure that's the reason why they're on the road? Or,
well.
Or they're just welcoming him?
Him in a special way.
All right, thank you for your parting shot right here. This is where we'll be drawing the curtains on today's edition of the Diamond Breakfast Show. Special thanks to my producer, Taiwo Adediran, to my studio manager right here, Mr. Shagun. Thank you so much. And catch me live again on Tuesday next week for another special packed edition. To those who called, to those who sent messages, I really appreciate you. My name again is Nedu Okorie. My friends call me Odogu. Since you are my friend, you can call me Odogu. Stay tuned for the news at 10 in Yoruba language. May God bless the works of your hand. Have a wonderful day.